Hello, hello. Welcome back to the podcast. It's your girl, Kamie Crawford. And today, you should know from the laugh, the OG beauty influencer is in the building. Makeup Shayla.
I'm here.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Girl, I, first of all, feel honored to know you because
Aww.
you really have been that girl since the beginning.
I'm like cheesing so hard. Let me make sure.
How did...
I don't got lipstick and gloss on my teeth.
Not on brand. Not on brand. I have lipstick on the teeth. I just, wow. Do you ever like look at yourself and be like, holy shit, I am that bitch?
No.
Why?
I mean, no. I feel like I'm just like so focused on going forward that I don't stop in the moment. And maybe that's also a flaw. Like I need to stop and just be like, yeah, damn, I'm like really that girl.
No, it's because you're a Virgo.
Yeah, I'm a Virgo.
You have goals.
We're just like, yeah, goal driven.
Yeah. You know I'm a rising Virgo.
I don't even know what that means.
What?
I don't understand. Like, I know that I'm a Virgo and that's it. Like,
you don't know your moon or your rising?
Somebody asked me that and I was kind of like, they're like, oh, what's your time of day? They asked me the whole thing, my chart, and I felt violated. I was like, I don't even know you. Like,
they're trying to steal your identity.
You're asking for my social right now.
Yes.
That's how I felt.
Yes.
I don't know any of it.
But you know what Virgos are like.
Yeah, I know what Virgos are like. But someone told me once, so maybe I did have a reading or something. I don't know. I don't even know what it's called.
Yeah.
That I was a double Virgo.
Ooh, okay. Yes.
I don't even know, like a
that
moon
means
or sky. My sky is in Virgo. Jupiter.
Yes. Your
Mercury's
sky.
in Virgo.
Your air particles are in Virgo.
Yeah.
No, you're it either means that you have a Virgo moon or a Virgo rising also. So you have two of your top big three signs are in Virgo. So you're Virgo, Virgo down.
Yeah. But I feel like I didn't need a chart to know that. Like I knew that.
Right.
That's why I don't get the whole chart thing. I'm like, why do I need someone to tell me what I already know about myself?
Yeah.
Like I don't.
But there's details. There's details because there's different planets. Like Mars is the planet of aggression, so it's like how you argue. Venus is how you love.
But
so
don't
like,
we all know that?
How
don't we all know how we argue? Like, don't we all know those
yes,
details?
but if your sign is in a certain planet, it can affect the way that, because like you're a Virgo, so you're very like assertive. You know what you want. Like you're good. You've got the receipts very clear.
Yeah, I know.
But your Mars could be in a planet like Cancer, where you're like a little bit more reserved and like don't really know how to express things without getting emotional and things like that.
I don't know. I just feel like I already know all that stuff.
That's because you're a fucking Virgo. You're like, I already know.
I already know all that. Yeah.
I already have all of the information.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most Virgo thing about you?
My routine.
You are so good at it.
I know. Like sometimes it bothers me. Like even on vacation, I'm getting up at 7 a.m. Yeah, and then I'm going for my walk. I have my routine, like, no matter where I'm at. I have to get up. I have to walk. I have to...
Girl.
It's like I'm an old lady. Like, I'm not a night person. I'm very much a morning person.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I just, like, enjoy the day.
I want to adopt so many of your lifestyle choices and routines. First of all, your workout routines.
Yeah, I'm in there.
You're in the dedicated.
Yeah, that's why I can't, like... If you ask me to be somewhere before 12...
Yeah. No, because you have to work out.
I have like to work out.
I feel you. I feel you. I'm like that too, but my trainer, you know, I live in Beverly Hills and my trainer's in Woodland Hills and I drive.
Oh, absolutely. The F not. I would never do that.
Yep.
I need 10 minutes. You need to be 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
Like I had a trainer that moved and I was like, ooh, he's like, oh, it's like 15 minutes. I'm like, ooh.
It's not going to work out. It's not going to work out.
Too far.
Yes. Because do you walk to your workout classes in trainer?
I could, but I don't know. So I don't have a trainer anymore because he moved.
Oh.
And I was like.
He got fired because he decided to move.
I was like, ooh, not too far.
Yeah.
Everything is like 5 to 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I like it.
Yeah. Oh, I want to. You really have it down. You really do.
I'm like up at like. I'm texting people at like 7 a.m. like, okay.
Girl. And the macros, you could be counting your macros. Do you know I told my trainer that I was like, okay, I need you to follow this girl. I need you to like see it. Her name's Shayla. And she like counts her macros and she does it. And he was like, Kamie.
You're not going to do this.
You are my worst client. He always says this. He always says I'm his worst client. He loves me.
Yeah.
He's like, you are my worst client. If I thought that you would actually do this shit, I would give it to you. Yeah. But I know you're not going to do it. And I was like, but I want to look like this. And he was like, but you're not willing to do what it takes to look like this. And I was like, you're right.
It's like a whole lifestyle change. Like,
it is.
That's why I think every day I'm always telling people like, hey, like this is what I have to do. This is what it takes.
Yeah.
Because I think people don't realize it. They think they could just like sit on their couch eating whatever they want, eating Doritos.
I feel very personally victimized when you make those stories and you talk about that. Because I'm like, that is me.
Yeah, just sitting on the couch or sleeping in until 1, 2, 3, getting matcha every day.
Mind your business. First of all, mind your business. The matcha's in the car. I almost finished it. I still have more. I'm going to drink it when I get home.
I don't even think I've had matcha before. I've had
What?
I think I've had matcha flavored ice cream.
Okay.
At like a restaurant, but I've never had matcha.
Yeah.
Is it a tea? Like, I don't even know
It's
what it is.
a tea. It's like a powdered green tea, like a very concentrated green tea.
Oh, got it.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can have it like as a regular like tea, but I like it like a latte. But I have it with
all
almond
the
milk.
sugar and all that.
Well, a little vanilla. Just a little
Can't do
vanilla.
all the sugar. It's like,
You're very, very good.
I know.
I'm very, very bad.
Yeah.
I'm just, I'm trying. Not
You'll get there
not too
one
much.
day.
I'm not trying too much, but I am trying. I'm making little steps. Was there a reason? Like, was there something that kind of launched you into this like wellness?
Yeah, I got fat.
Oh.
I was pushing 200 pounds.
That'll do it.
I know people don't like the F word, but I
No,
was.
we got to take the power back.
Yeah, it was. I gained so much weight. I felt uncomfortable. Like, I remember looking at myself and I was like, this is not me. Like, this isn't it. And then that kind of started the journey. But it is a journey. It's like, you can't just go from like, not having control of your diet to getting in shape and understanding nutrition in even a year. It takes years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know you did like keto before.
I did keto, and I loved being on keto for the time that I was on it. And then I was like, okay, it served its purpose. Now it's time to go. It's not for everyone, but it is. I think if you're doing it right, which a lot of people aren't.
Yeah.
I see the TikToks about it. I'm like, y'all ain't. But if you do it right, it can really just help everything. Like, my skin got better. It taught me how to read nutrition labels because you have to like make sure that there's no sugar. There's and it really like, I feel like it changed my taste buds too, because I cut sugar out for so long that now that I have sugar, I'm like, ooh, it's so sweet. I'm a stevia girl. I put stevia in everything. It's so good. Or monk fruit. It's better for your body. Do you know that? I hate that I'm even like this, but this is how I am. You know that sugar feeds cancer? It feeds cancer. So like, say you get diagnosed with cancer, the first thing they say is like, eliminate sugar because it feeds the cancer.
How much can I feed it?
You don't want to feed it.
Load it up. Load it up.
I know. Whenever I talk about sugar, everyone's like,
girl,
like,
nobody wants to hear that shit.
Yeah, no one wants to hear that.
Nobody wants to hear that
I'm just
shit.
saying, I'm just trying to help you.
But it is real. I mean, the sugar is definitely, it's in everything.
And everything. It's really bad, yeah.
I love that you said it, that you just weren't feeling comfortable, because that's what launched my fitness journey, was just like not feeling comfortable. Like, my knees were hurting.
Yeah.
And I was like 20 something. I'm like 28. Why are my knees hurting?
Right.
Like, no, I'm not trying to go into my 30s like this. So it definitely, you feel the strength differently when, like, from the inside out.
Right. And I think everyone goes through those ups and downs. I think that's something like we don't talk about enough. Like, it's normal to gain weight, to lose weight, to gain it. That's normal. That's part of life.
Yeah.
And I think we put like, I don't know, we just look at it as it's such a bad thing, but it's normal.
Yeah.
For everyone,
exactly. Exactly. But I feel like that diligence that you have is what has carried you throughout your whole career, because, I mean, you started freelancing at Mac and Sephora, which I didn't even know about Sephora.
Yeah, I was a seasonal worker, and then they hired me, and then, I was there. And then I went to Mac.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, I was there.
I clocked in.
No, but, like, I learned a lot. Like, they teach you a lot. Like, you have to go in early before your shift sometimes at, like, 8 a.m. and learn about products. And so I feel like I got a lot of product knowledge.
Yeah.
And then I went to Mac, and, yeah.
And you started your YouTube while you were working.
Yep. I've always been like on my grind. Like, I'm always like, I'm doing whatever it takes. You know, when I was working at Mac, I was struggling. Okay. Like, and I've told this story a million times. Like, I had roaches in my drawers. Like,
ooh,
I was living in my little
fucking roaches more than anything.
They're big too. They'd be dead too. Like, why are you dead in between my clothes? Like,
get out.
My clothes are folded and they're just like there.
Oh no.
So I had like a really rough time just trying to figure it out. But I was working at Mac, and then I started Instagram to just put myself out there, because I was like, I just want to get like maybe a couple freelance jobs a week, and that's all I need, because I was living like below paycheck to paycheck. Like, it was like the paycheck came and then went in the same week. Yeah, it was bad. I worked at Mac, and then I started to just post on Instagram to get my name out there, and that's kind of what got the ball rolling. And then I stopped doing freelance work because people were getting on my nerves.
That'll do it.
People are getting on my nerves. Like,
That'll do it.
like, I'm not a therapist. Like, I didn't go to school for that.
Virgo's Virgoing.
Right,
What?
like-
I'm trying to do your makeup. Like,
Right,
which lip
like,
gloss do you want? I'm not here to talk about your fucking drama.
But can you make me look like Kim Kardashian? I'm like, I didn't
Everybody
even have a
wants
wig
that.
back then, but I would have pushed my wig forward. Like, ugh.
Adjust.
Yeah, it was
Oh my
stressing
God.
me out. So that's why I stopped.
Yeah.
People just got on my nerves.
Yeah. I feel like I worked in retail for 0.5 seconds when I was 15 years old.
Yeah.
And I had so much fun because I liked folding clothes and I liked
Yeah.
being in the cash register, even though they didn't hire me to work the cash register. But every time the manager would leave, I would work cash register.
Yeah.
But like things like hospitality, restaurants, I'm not taking your fucking order. You don't know what the fuck you want. Don't call me over here because you want to get a fucking Diet Coke. Are you ready to order your meal?
Right. What do you want?
So I can
What do
put
you
this
want?
ticket in? You got to know your strong suits.
Yeah.
And you just didn't want to deal with these people and their drama.
Right.
I respect it.
And it was more so like at the counter, that was like working at the counter, all types of people would come in and it was just like my eyes were rolling the whole time.
Yeah.
But it was a freelance work when I'd go to people's houses and I'm like, okay, you're like not well.
Yes.
You're not well.
People are messy and dirty and nasty.
That, I mean, I feel like most of the time it's like if you're hiring someone to come to your house, most of the time it's probably clean. You know, like they probably have a housekeeper that cleans. But just like, I'm not a therapist. Like, you gotta pay me. Like, I need to start charging more.
Seriously, $50 extra for a consultation about
Right.
your issues, your
Being
whatever.
a makeup artist and a hairstylist, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's like hard work.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And I feel like the respect level is not where it needs to be.
Right.
Like, especially from celebrity clients. Like, you just
Right.
hear horror stories and people are smacking the brushes out of your face or trying to bite. I've heard of models trying to bite
Like, because they're hungry.
makeup artists. No, because they're fucking miserable. Maybe because they're hungry. But like literally trying to bite the makeup artist's like hands because they're mad at them.
Yeah.
People are
I mean,
ill.
I believe it. I had one client who asked me to put makeup on her butthole.
Excuse me?
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? Just keep the brush.
Excuse me?
Brush. Yeah.
Why did she need it on her butthole, Shayla?
I mean, I could speculate. Maybe she had somewhere to go after. I don't know. Or maybe she's just like not well. I wish I was making this up. Like, this is why I was like, you know what? This is.
Was it for a porn?
No. It wasn't. It was like, it was just one of those moments where I'm like putting makeup on her face and she's like, oh yeah. And then the butthole too.
Can you go fuck yourself? Literally?
Like,
you can take the makeup brush and go fuck yourself. Why are you...
It's so uncomfortable when people ask to do, you know, things like that. Like, hey, can you do this? And you're like,
I feel like they're just trying to test your boundaries, though. Like, they want to
Maybe.
see what you'll do so they can see what they can do later.
yeah, maybe. And I was like, I'll put the foundation on the brush and you could do it. And then, like, just keep the brush.
Also, whoever you're dealing with is not looking that close. So I don't think you really need... They're
Right.
not checking to see if your asshole is concealed.
Right. Yeah, like,
I don't know.
if anything, that's kind of messy.
That's very messy. Oh
For
my
both
God.
people. Like, it's just getting, like,
Yeah, I'm
makeup
envisioning...
everywhere.
We need to move on because I'm envisioning some crazy shit right now.
Right. Imagine if you had white sheets.
I'm just thinking if it was a white guy and you're black and like you put like brown and then he's like, whoa, interesting. What's happening here?
I mean, maybe you liked it. I don't know.
That could have been a kink. That's
Yeah.
true. You know
someone's
what?
going on.
I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum.
Right.
If you like it, I love it. Enjoy. Well,
Right. Wow, that took a left turn, didn't it? No.
we took a left on La Cienega real quick. We're getting back. So YouTube, obviously, you've been at the cornerstone of the beauty community on YouTube
Yeah, I hate it
for
there.
forever. It feels like
just hate
YouTube
it.
needs to...
Something needs to change over. It's just like
Something needs to go. TikTok is where it's at.
yeah, TikTok is where it's at. I love
They
it. over
can't
there.
ban it. They can't take it away from me. I will go to China. I will move to China or wherever the fuck I can get access,
Right.
and I will doom scroll on TikTok for as long as I can.
I feel like they'll just create another company
Yeah.
then with the algorithm and everyone will just move over there.
Yeah, that's what
But-
we need.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't even really. I mean, I learned how to do my makeup from watching YouTube videos.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like we need that kind of like super long form content as much anymore.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I
who's
agree.
watching these blogs and vlogs still? I guess a lot of people.
I don't know, but I also feel like as you get older and your audience gets older, they're kind of transitioning
Yeah.
to other things because they don't have time for that. They're, you know, like I feel like they're having kids, they have a family, they don't have time to watch these long videos.
Yeah. No, not anymore.
I don't like it over there.
Yeah. moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on, which I love. I feel like now your followers have watched you through so many different phases of life and like blowing up on YouTube and then getting married and posting all the content. We are here to talk about Lester. Let's talk about Les.
I'm glad he's not here. He'd be all like
I love Lester.
I know, he's so sweet. Isn't he a good guy?
He's so sweet. Wait, okay, so should we talk about how I know Lester?
Yeah, how do you know?
Did I ever tell you this story?
From the roommate, right? Your roommate?
Girl.
Your crazy roommate?
Lord have mercy.
It's so funny because I feel like people who know Les from way back in the day always call him Lester, and then everyone in California is like Les.
Les. Oh my God. Okay, so I should say Les. Let me
say whatever you want.
Let me get with the times. Yeah. Let me get with the times. I know Les because Les used to date someone who I was very close with, who I am no longer close with. For very good reasons. She's probably watching this right now.
Yeah, she's probably like,
she's definitely like, she's throwing shit. She's writing in her burn book. This bitch is the fuggliest. She's freaking out right now. Shout out to you. I'm like, lady. I feel like I'm afraid to talk about it because it's like,
I know, she's probably plotting.
Holy shit.
I know.
So I knew him because of that relationship, and I would always be like, Lester, like, blink twice if you need to be saved, because that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
And he was always so sweet. He was always so nice. And then they broke up, thankfully. He moved on with his life, and then when he met you, I was like,
she went crazy.
Yes. I was
Isn't that weird how that happened? For him to meet someone that like, wait, had we met?
No.
Oh, we didn't.
We hadn't met. When we met, it was when you had your Maybelline collab.
Oh, yes.
And I came to that launch party, and I was low key like, I was talking to like Sarah, who was at Maybelline at the time, and I was like, oh my God, like I'm so excited, but like I hope she doesn't think that I'm like associated with this person anymore, because
I was probably like,
you probably did. You were very nice, but I was like, she's probably like, who had this bitch? This fucking. This fucking bitch is here to fucking run back and go tell this other bitch my tea. No, honey.
I don't remember what I was thinking.
I told Les that night, I was like, because he was like, hey, but I could tell he was kind of like, why are you here? Are you crazy? And I was never crazy to him, but I would watch their crazy, and I would be like, Les, please save yourself. And I remember like talking to him for a second, being like, by the way, I don't talk to that bitch no more. Like, we don't have any, like, yeah, exactly. So that's how I know Les.
Yeah.
And when I saw that you guys were together, I was just so happy for both of you. First of all, I didn't know you yet, but I was very happy for him, because I was like, yes. Like, could you the glow up of the fucking century.
Right.
To be with the baddest bitch
like,
on the web.
The air.
She was punching the air for a very long time. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It was a little chaotic. Yeah. I don't know if you even saw, like, the crazy shit that was going on.
I know she posted a bunch of stuff on Twitter.
Yes.
And I remember
made up fables and fallacies.
I was with Les at the time, and I think at the time he was living in Florida or Houston or something. And he showed me, and he was so like, I could tell he was just like, oh, like,
yeah.
What if she like, this is too much for her, she leaves?
Yeah.
And he showed me, and I was just like, what? And I remember I went on Snapchat and followed her on Snapchat to see what's going on. Yeah, I had a fake little Snapchat. I was like, let me see.
Stop!
Yeah,
oh my God.
And I was like, okay, she's crazy. She's just a crazy ex.
I
mean, I'd be mad too.
I would be mad too.
Yeah.
What? I don't want my fucking ex going and moving on with anybody that looks like you and fucking has your following and fucking is like everybody loves her. Fuck all that. I want my exes to end up with bums.
Right, exactly.
I need you to be with a bum.
Yeah.
And you are the opposite.
Period.
So I feel like she was definitely triggered.
Yeah.
But that situation was fucking crazy and chaotic. I was like, why are you posting? That's not true.
Right.
None of that is true. Why are you even saying that? I think he was
more so upset because Les is so humble. She posted like a picture of him with his stomach showing like kind of from here to here.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, like just posted a picture of him like a mirror selfie.
Uh-huh.
And he had a little 8-pack, honey. And so everyone was like, oh, I was like, backfired.
Like, that's my man. Everybody loves it. I just remember she was going so like hard on it, and then it ended up on Lipstick Alley, and I was just like, this is so embarrassing. And
it was on like a couple other blogs that I don't even think are around anymore.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where I was like, this is wild. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, hopefully her soul is now healed and settled. I have no fucking idea because I have not spoken to her
Probably
in
miserable somewhere.
years. In like 10 years, actually.
Really?
It's been a long time. Actually, maybe like 7. I don't know. I can't with that.
Yeah. I feel like we all have like crazy.
We all have that
exes
one
or
person.
friends.
We all have that one person.
Yeah.
And I found out some crazy shit that she had lied about, and I never confronted her and never talked to her about it. Just completely just stopped talking to her and have not
That's how
spoken
I
to her
am with
since.
people. I had a friend who I found out was like telling my business to people. This is like years ago. So I stopped being friends with her. Like I was like, hey, you're like telling my business, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Yeah, we don't need to talk about
we
it.
don't even need to talk about it. We're done.
What is there to discuss?
Yeah.
Because you're going to try to convince me that I'm crazy, but I actually know that you're insane.
Is that
So,
your Virgo
like,
sun or moon or
it's my Virgo rising.
your Virgo rising? Yeah, I get it.
But my Scorpio sun cuts people off.
Oh, okay.
But I definitely, like, I mourned the loss of that relationship because we were so close.
Yeah.
But I did not realize how insane
Yeah.
the fucking stories were.
I think people like that are good at hiding it. And then you don't realize until you're on the outside looking in, you're like, oh, wow. Like,
Yeah.
everything was a lie.
Right.
Yeah.
And then after I stopped being friends with her, people were like, I didn't know how you were friends with her. I'm like,
Why didn't you
tell me? Why didn't you say anything? Where the fuck were you?
Yeah, why didn't you tell me?
Why didn't you tell me
That's how it
shit?
is.
So annoying.
No one ever tells you till you leave and you're like, they're like, yeah, that
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly. I want to talk about how you and Lester met
Oh, yeah.
because you met on an escalator.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were about to say something else. I was like, oh, that's not
Oh,
what
was
we-
there another?
No,
Was there
that's-
another meeting?
That's basically it, yeah.
Yeah,
But it was like it just sounded, I didn't know where you're going with that. I was like,
you met on an escort
right. I was like, what?
service.
So I was like, my
Like, where'd you
eyes-
get that story? Lipstick Alley. No,
Right. If you run the tape back, my eyes were probably like,
an escalator. You met on an escalator. It's like
of.
a movie.
like before the escalator, but I was doing makeup at the time. And I was at, downtown LA.
yeah.
I was at Fleming's. I don't even know, on the corner.
Is
You
that a
know,
restaurant? Right?
Yeah, it's a restaurant.
Yeah.
On the corner, and I was leaving with the hairstylist, and like we're walking to the parking garage, and he's walking over, so we're kind of, we meet like this, and we just like look at each other. You're less, and then I keep walking, and then we look back again, like both of us, and then I was just like, "Are you gonna come talk to me?"
You
Like,
said that?
Yeah, I was like, "Are you gonna come talk to me?"
Come talk
And
to
then
me.
Yeah, like, "Are you gonna talk to me?" Or like what? And so he comes over, and he had his like shirt tucked in. He looked very like professional. He was with his coworker, and he worked for oil and gas at the time. He's a supplier, and so he's just very professional looking. And he was just talking like, and I was like, okay. I was like, well, we have to go, and we go down the escalator, and he's following us. And then the hairstylist I was with was like, can you just like get her number? Like we have to go, kind of thing. And he's like, oh yeah, because he was just like talking.
Oh.
And so we exchanged numbers, and then for 2 years, because he's living in Houston. He's from North Carolina, but was living in Houston. For 2 years, we kept in contact. And this is where our stories, still to this day, are different. I say we went on one date. Like, we met, went on a date. He said we went on 2. I don't know. Maybe we did. I don't know.
Girl.
So we went on a date, and then we just kept in contact. And every time he'd come to LA, like, I was always like, I was just ignoring him. Yeah.
What?
For like 2 years.
Ignoring him?
I mean, like, sometimes I'd be like, okay, hey.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
you
here
got-
you
hey,
are
hey.
again. I guess that could be free.
Yeah, I guess, like, I'm free. But I think it was more so, like, he was just a good guy.
Yeah.
And maybe, like, I wasn't ready for that. That's what I think. Like, I don't think we were ready for each other when we met.
Mm-hmm.
And then after 2 years, he was like, hey, I'm coming to town. I have to see you. Before, he was always like, hey, what's up?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So nice. And I was like,
Yeah.
he was like, hey, I have to see you. And I said, oh.
You have
I was
to.
like, you have to.
Or what?
And I was like, okay. Right, or what? I didn't say that. Imagine. He probably would have been like, I'll never talk to you again. No.
Oh, okay. Well, bye. You probably
Right.
would have said bye.
So I went to an event, and then he met me after the event, and then we had drinks. And then from that moment on, we didn't stop talking. Like, I know.
Look at you. Look at you.
And he's a good man.
He's a good man,
Savannah.
man,
Yeah.
Savannah.
He's a good man.
He really, really is. He's always been a very sweet person.
Yeah. And he's Southern, so he
Yes.
can, like, change some oil. Like, he
Yes.
just does manly things. Like, he'll open the door. I feel like a lot of men don't do that.
They can't hang
Or they'll
shit.
open it and close it. Like,
They can't
you're
hang
like,
a
"Oh."
picture.
They can't do nothing. Yeah.
like, you know.
He can change the oil. He
I
can
love
drive
that.
a stick shift.
Wow.
Manual.
A man.
A man.
We love to see it. I mean, that really is. It's rare. It is rare. I feel like these men these days, they want to be the prize.
Right.
They want to be the princess. And I love that, you know, you guys make a lot of content together, but I feel like he lets you. Yeah. But I feel like he lets you shine. Like he allows you to shine. And I feel like in this industry, it's hard to find a man who is willing to just allow you to be.
I'm the like main character in your
I hate that.
He actually doesn't like to film with me. It's more like I make him. I'm like, hey, just one a month.
Yeah.
He's like, all right. He doesn't like to act. Like he doesn't, because you know, no matter what you do, you're kind of acting in front of the camera.
Right. Yeah.
When you're doing these TikToks, he doesn't like any of that.
Yeah.
And I remember when we first started dating, I wanted to be that couple. I was like, oh, let's make content together. We're gonna
content couple.
And yeah, looking back, I'm like, why did I want that?
It's cringe.
Yeah, it's so cringe. Now I look at it, I'm like, like pranking and all that.
Yeah, no, I can't do it.
Like you don't see the
I can't do it. Some people are really good at it.
And the lights.
Some people are really good at it, but I can't do it.
People are good at it, but it's so cringe. Yeah. Like I hate all the videos. I hate couple content.
I hate all the videos.
And I still try and do it here and there. I'm like, all right, let me shoot.
Yeah.
But like he doesn't.
Yeah, he's not here for it.
Yeah, we filmed a little sponsored video last night, and I needed him for like 2 seconds, and he was just like.
I also feel like it's very frustrating. Like I feel like I would be very frustrated. Like why didn't you say this on camera? Like why didn't you do this?
Hard. And I don't ever make him talk. Like every once in a while, but most of the time I'm like, okay, like he doesn't want to do it. I'm not gonna make him do anything he doesn't want to do. Yeah, you know that's why most of my content is me. And then like if I do vlogs, he'll be in it. But some people just aren't meant for the cameras, right? And he doesn't. He just doesn't love it.
And I don't blame him. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. What were your dating experiences like before you met him? Because I feel like I don't remember you having like a public relationship before him.
So when we first started dating, I don't know if this was before or after the crazy ex came in the picture, but I kind of just kept him a secret. Yeah, like I didn't show his face. Like people knew I was dating someone, but I didn't. Maybe it was like 6 months in, 4 or 5 months in that I showed. Like everyone knew I was dating someone, but I tried to keep it a secret. Yeah. Not a secret, but I just didn't want to show his face.
Yeah, I'm there still. It's been 2 years.
It's just, it feels like you almost feel like you want to protect something. Yeah. And I think when and if we have kids, I'm probably not going to show my kids. Like there's just like certain things you're like, oh, I have to protect this. Yeah. And I think, and even now, like I show less, but I don't really show a lot of him just because I feel like I have to set those boundaries because people will take 10 seconds and run with it. Yeah. Like, and they feel like they're obligated to your life too. Right. Yeah. Or like, oh, he looked this way or he did this. Like, oh, I could, it's like people like to make things up. Yes. So yeah, I just kind of kept him a secret for a little bit. And then finally I was like, oh, F it. All right. Yeah. I think when I knew that he was like the one, I was like, all right. Right. But prior to that, did you have like long relationships? No, I didn't. Yeah, he was probably the longest relationship I ever had. I dated a lot. I would go on dates. I feel like I was just meeting the wrong type of guy all the time. And I was never one to ever like show anyone. Yeah. Like I was very private. Yeah. With my personal life. What made him different than other guys that you had dated? I think it was just like, okay, after the first night that we re-linked, it was a night, okay? Ooh. It was a night. He went to Vegas and then came back and saw me, and I was just like, because it was one of those things where I was like, dang, is he gonna like after tonight, like, or is he gonna hit me up? And like, he went to Vegas, so I was just like, oh, I'm probably not gonna hear from him. Yeah, we were texting the whole time, and I think just after a couple months, I was like, dang. Like, you start to just ask yourself, like, dang, is he the one? Yeah. You know, and then you feel it. You're like, okay, oh, wow, okay, I think he's the one. You know? It's like a feeling you get, but also it's just, you just know. Yes. You know, when people are like, you kind of just know, and I just knew. Yeah. When you know, you know. Yeah. It sounds cliche, but it truly is what it is. Like when you feel it deep in your bones, and it's like, I don't want to live without this person. Like I don't want my life, not like that dramatic, like I don't want to live without you. But like I don't want to be without this person. Like I want to always be with this person. A lot of people don't ever get to experience that, and a lot of people don't experience it until later on in life. And so if you haven't, like, I'm a relationship girly, I've been in a lot of long-term relationships.
so I could speak.
Maybe, do you take breaks from relationships?
No. Like a year. I think the longest I've ever gone is like a year.
Maybe.
Which was before my boyfriend now.
Is he?
He's the one.
Ooh.
1000%. It's done.
I was about to say, maybe you need a break from
No more breaks. No, I think before that though, I had never taken a break. I think I had always kind of like rolled into the next relationship because I had already secretly started cultivating something new. When I knew that the relationship that I was in was like not it, I would be like, oh, this person's cute. Like I'm gonna be friends with them. And then when I would break up with the last one, then I would get with the new one. And so
I'm not
after,
sure that's a healthy habit.
it's not.
Okay.
It's called emotional cheating.
I'm like,
some emotional affairs, many emotional affairs in my past. But before I met my now boyfriend, I was like, I'm going to be single for a year, period. I need to heal. I need to like get myself like, and even if it was longer than that, fine. But like, I wanted to be single for a year. And I ended up meeting him before the year had like actually hit. Of course. But at that point I had done so much like work and I was really just like, and then I had my little, going out club bitch phase. And I was like,
everybody has to go through that.
Everybody has to go through that.
You have to.
I lived, honey. I was outside. But I still like, I wasn't really dating per se. I just was like, I'm open, whatever happens. I don't really care. Like I'm gonna just meet people and see what happens. And like, fly me out, like ice me out, that kind of thing.
And is this a guy that I met? Have you been with them for years?
My boyfriend?
Yeah. How long
did you guys meet? Yeah, you met. You did meet at Iman's birthday. Yes. We have the same manager, by the way, Shayla and I. Iman, shout out to you. Oh, she's the best. When I met him though, I knew. Like right, it was just different. I knew immediately when I met him, I was having visions about us having our first child.
Do y'all live together?
Not yet. We're about to. Yeah.
Ooh.
I know.
Wait, you've been together for how long?
It'll be 2 years. It'll be 2 years since our first date on May 1st.
Ooh, buckle up.
I know.
The first year
living together
is tough.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah, because you have your ways, especially if you've lived by yourself for so long. And if he's lived by himself, you each have your ways. And it's like, he needs to understand your ways and then life will be easier. Right. That's like the best thing. Like, if he can acclimate to your ways. Yeah. That's like, I hate to say it, but that's what
it's true. It's true. I mean, he basically lives at my place because he never goes home. We just are always together. But what I love about him is like, he'll do things that I don't have to ask him to do.
Oh, I love that.
Like he'll empty the dishwasher. He'll refill the dishwasher. He'll take out the trash. He'll like, he's very organized. He has to take out the trash. If I even think about taking out the trash, he's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, don't ever take out the trash.
I should never.
Ever, not ever.
Sometimes I'll take it out of the thing and put it by the trash. So the bag is by the trash. I'm like, hey,
it's getting full. It's like overflowing.
Trash is getting a little full.
It's like, ooh.
Make them think that it's their idea to take it out and be like, I'll take it out.
Every once in a while I do like tie it and then I'll.
That's nice of you.
Yeah, sometimes.
That's really kind.
But for the most part, that's like, he always does it.
As he should.
My neighbor, I shouldn't even say this, but my neighbor, she takes out the trash cans to the street, and every time I'm just like,
where's your husband?
I just cringe.
Where's your man at? You know when you see that content, speaking of couples content, like on TikTok when women will be like, I just had a baby and this is my house. And it's like in complete disarray. No judgment because I don't have kids. So, I don't know what the fuck goes on. But where's your husband?
Right.
Why haven't you eaten today?
Right.
Where's he? Why is the trash piling up?
Right.
Where is the man?
Are you the only one there? Like, what's going on?
Who's there? Why are you a single mom married?
Isn't that sad?
What's going on?
I know.
I'm not doing that. You gonna do something for me. Listen, call the housekeeper. Take the baby. Right. I'm taking a shower.
Right.
I don't know, but I don't have kids. So
yeah, me neither.
All the moms listening are like, I'm on my high horse because I don't have kids. When I come back with kids, y'all are gonna be like, yeah. What were you saying about that? What was about that shower you were gonna be taking? Like, guys. Help! I'm going to be making podcast recordings from literally sitting in the shower with the water running and being like, help me. This is a relationship advice podcast.
Yes. What made you want to do a podcast about relationships, by the way?
Bitch, whose podcast is this? Who's interviewing who? I love talking about relationships. It's like my favorite thing.
Okay.
I love talking about them and I love finding out about other people's like perspectives and things like that. And then I love giving advice. Like how you were like, I'm not your therapist. I'm like, I am your therapist. I want to know all the details.
So I also love giving advice when it comes to relationship because I think once you're in a good relationship, you give the best advice.
Yes. Yeah.
So I feel you on that. Yeah.
See? So
Yeah,
are you
actually.
prepared to be people's therapist today?
Yeah, I guess.
Can you put your therapist hat on one more time?
I love talking about relationships. I just don't like talking about like doing makeup and they're like, make me look like Kim Kardashian. And I'm like, well,
you don't have her bone structure ready. Let me give you
like,
some filler. It's some this, it's some that, and then we can get closer.
You know, when I used to do makeup, I would tell people, I'm like, hey, get some Botox.
Yeah.
Get a little bit of filler.
Yes.
Or maybe get a rhinoplasty.
Yeah. And we can get there. We'll be halfway there.
Yeah.
No shade.
Let's get some symmetry.
But things like that's what things take. I just got Dysport a few days ago.
Oh, I love Dysport.
It just kicked in. I never thought about getting Botox until I watched hundreds of episodes of myself on Catfish, and I was like, whoa.
You're like,
whoa.
Yeah.
Because I am so animated and I make so many faces. When I make them, I want them to look semi-pretty.
And also the nose, like a lot of people thought I got my nose done. I'm like, I just got a little filler.
But you have a perfect nose.
Because I got the filler. Before it was like, and obviously like it probably wasn't that noticeable.
Yeah.
But when I'm filming, like literally my nose kind of went like this a little bit, and like they just filled it. I always tell people this: you should not be getting filler every year. Once or twice, and that's it. I think people get addicted to it and they start looking like aliens.
Yes.
We see them all over the internet.
And at a certain age, I feel like when you're too young, like you have, my face is completely different from my 17-year-old face.
Exactly.
And there are pictures of my 17-year-old face on the internet, and so people think that I've gotten something done to my face. I've only had Dysport.
Right. I mean, when you're younger, you have a lot more baby fat.
Yeah.
And I feel like you should just kind of like embrace it.
Yes.
Until it kind of goes away.
Yeah.
And then get filler. But I think that's why a lot of these kids, I'm saying kids, like if you're under 25, I'm talking about under 25, and they're getting work done, you look old.
Yeah.
It's making you look old. It's kind of wild.
Yeah. It's dragging you down, actually.
When you're in your 30s, you're going to look.
Yeah. Wait till you're seasoned. Okay, wait. We have to give advice to the people.
Oh, I told them, don't get too much filler.
Yeah, well, that's a good one. But nobody asked. But still.
This is about relationships, not filler.
Still. That's important. Relationship with yourself. Relationship with your friends.
Don't get married till you're 30.
That's good advice.
People get married way too young.
I agree.
They don't live their life.
I agree.
You need to live
you gotta
your
go
life,
out there.
do all the things. Get flown out somewhere. Be on a
Get flown
yacht,
out.
shaking your ass.
Shake your ass on a yacht.
And then get it all out the system, and then get married.
You're like, and that's it. And that's it, honey. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
I agree. Okay. Here's an actual question here's some solicited advice that someone asked just for. Hey, bestie, I'm turning 30 in 30 days, and this episode feels like it was just geared towards me. I just want some advice to hopefully start fresh dating experiences in my 30s that will lead to a successful relationship. I've been caught up in situationships my whole dating life. How do I get them to commit?
Well, they're not committing because they don't want to. That's what it is. You can't force someone to commit. I feel like, as women, we do this thing where it's like when somebody... or when they tell us like, oh, I don't want a relationship, something about that, we're like, oh, it's a challenge.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a challenge.
Yes.
And no, they do want a relationship. No, they just want to hang out with you.
Yeah. Or hit it.
So it's like, I feel like men are they're not honest at times, but they're pretty honest when they say like, hey, I don't want a relationship. That means that they don't want a relationship with you.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? My boyfriend and I were talking about something recently. I was telling him about like some scenario, and he was like, women are so funny. Why do you guys think that men think more than we do?
Right.
We don't actually think that deeply into it. It's either we're into it or we're not that into it. We either want you or we don't. And it sounds simple, but also I feel like because we have different feelings based on different emotions, and like, one day I could feel like this, and maybe I do love him, and maybe I am really into it, or maybe, I don't know, my ex just texted me, and maybe that's what's influencing me to not like really be investing all of my time over here. We have like all of these different things. We think that they think the same, and they really don't.
They don't.
And they'll be very clear with their actions. Right. Even if their words are telling you one fucking thing, if their actions are telling you something totally different, the proof is in the pudding.
Exactly. And I don't know, I just think it's important for you to spend time with yourself. I know that you're not really used to that, but no.
I mean, I'm like, yeah, very important. Spend time with yourself.
No, but I think if you're meeting all the wrong people, then maybe that's a sign that you need to just be single for a little bit. Figure out what you like to do. Like, figure out your hobbies. I think being alone and feeling that loneliness is really important in growth. You know what I mean? Like, you need to have those nights where you're just like, dang, like, no one's calling me. Okay, so you need to sit in that. And I feel like you only grow as a person, because then you realize, like, your worth. I remember before Les and I started dating, I was like, dang, I'm gonna be single forever. I really thought that, like, because I was single for so long and I'd meet people, it never worked out, and I just kind of sat in that, like, okay, I'm gonna be, like, I have to get comfortable being by myself, like, being alone. And I did, and then I feel like it just happened out of nowhere when I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
So,
was there anything that you did differently personally, like when you realized that it was the right person? Yeah. Because I feel like a good relationship, I always say this on the podcast, that a good relationship makes you realize things about yourself that you want to do differently.
I think it made me realize, well, before I met Les, like, I would put it into the universe, I would sit and pray and just be like, I just want a good man. You know, but before, it was very different. I was like, oh, I had a checklist, this.
Yes.
And then looking back, I'm like, oh, I was given all that, and that wasn't working for me, you know? And I was like, I just need a man who's confident and secure, who has a good upbringing, you know, all these things. And then, boom, there it was. So it's like, you kind of have to be honest with the things that you want.
Yeah.
And it's always given to you.
Yes. Whoop, there it is.
Yeah. So maybe she needs to be alone for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it. I'm just kidding.
We know.
Okay, here's another one. Where to begin? I've been single for 4 years. I'm 30 years old and recently moved to SoCal, an hour from LA, and I'm struggling hard to date. I've been on dates since living here, but nothing more than 4 or 5 dates. I'm very positive within myself and have many times been called intimidating because of it. I have standards and morals that some men have said that I need to lower. No.
Oh, heck no.
That's what she said. No. I'm a hopeless romantic, a Cancer, and I just want love. Aww. I want the highs and lows, the cute dates, the challenges, the building each other up, all of it. I've deleted another dating app yet again. I feel like I'm running into the same men and nothing is working out for me. Where do I meet good quality men who want the same as me? Any advice helps.
Ooh.
And somebody else actually wrote in the same thing. They said, fuck these apps. Where do the good men spend their free time?
I feel like they're at, like, sporting events, maybe. The Dodgers game.
Outside of Flamingos. What's it called? Flemings?
Yeah.
Flamingos.
Happy hour. So when I was single, people would always tell me, like, oh, you're too much. Like, you need to kind of dim your light. They never said dim your light, but it's like, oh, don't wear so much makeup. Don't do this. You're intimidating. You have to be yourself.
Yes.
Because the right man is going to appreciate that, or woman, or whoever is going to appreciate that. But as far as meeting, I mean, I wouldn't give up on the apps, because I think times have changed and you almost have to kind of be on those. But also, let your married friends know, or your friends that are in relationships, like, hey, I'm looking.
Yeah.
Because they're going to find every single person that's in the friend group, be like, hey, what about this? What about this? What about this? But also, I think it's also good to go out with, I don't know if you agree with this, but if you're single, I think you should go out with your friends that are in relationships. Because I feel like you always, one, it's like you don't have other women that you're not competing against, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not all swimming in the same pool.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think sporting events are always whenever I go to sporting events with Les, there's so many guys there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Single guys.
That's true. Anytime I go to, like, I mean, even like Wally's in LA, like certain happy hour spots, like when I was single, that's where I was going. I was going to Wally's. Like, who's gonna pay for these drinks?
Because Wally's is
it's a steak. Go to a steakhouse. You need to go to steakhouses
when a game's playing.
Go to Steak 48. Like, go to get the cream corn, delicious. Ooh. Like, you need to go to places where men with funds are at.
So this is what I always tell my single friends. I used to go to, like, and I would love going to, like, hotel bars.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're out of town, go to a hotel bar, or you and your friend go to a hotel bar.
Yes.
Because I feel like you meet, like, a nice, like, go to the Four Seasons, have a
Sunset
drink.
Tower. Yes.
That's where you meet guys.
When I was single, for 5 seconds, my friends and I, we would go out places, and even just, you know, sometimes when I was in relationships, I would be like, okay, my rule has always been, until now, because if my boyfriend's listening, he's going to be like, oh, really? Until now, in my past, when I was unhealed, my rule was always, I will buy the first drink, but everything else needs to get paid for.
Period.
So if I'm with my friends, like, yeah, we can all buy one round of drinks because we just got there.
Right.
You know, we're still scoping the scene, still seeing what's available. Who's going to open up their wallet? And then everything else is getting paid for. And my friends would always joke because they would be like, that's like, how is that? Like, anytime I would hang out with new people, I'd be like, just watch.
Right. When your drink gets low, people notice.
Just watch.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't even have to get the first one. You don't have to pay for the first one. You just be there. Somebody comes over. You don't have to want to talk to them.
Right.
These men want to buy drinks.
Right.
That's what they want to do.
That's what they
You
wanna
say
do.
thank you, sip your drink. Where are you from? Oh my God, that's so great. Hi, yeah, it's nice to meet you.
But
Bye.
also, don't you think like more women need to learn small talk?
Yes.
That's important.
Yes.
Because you might be meeting people and then you're like, thanks.
Yes.
Awkward.
It's so true.
Like you need to learn how to
Flirt.
flirt a little bit. Yeah.
Learn how to flirt. I mean, I'm a Libra moon, so I feel like flirting is just like in my
I
nature.
don't even know what that means. See, the moon, the stars, Mercury, Gatorade. Like I don't know that.
Mercury and micro braids. Nobody has
Right,
time. But I like Libras are known to be like naturally just like flirtatious.
Really?
And so, yeah, so I could flirt with this wall. I could flirt with this plant. And make you feel like, oh my God, like I had such a great time with you.
See, do you guys see how she's touching the plant?
Yeah.
That's important. You got to
Touch.
you got to touch.
You got to
Oh my God,
touch.
thank
Just
you
like,
for the drink. Thanks.
thank you. That was so
strong.
nice.
Ooh,
I like that shirt. That color on you is great.
yeah. Oh, you work out.
A little compliment goes a long way.
Right.
I feel like
Especially
we're
for
so
guys.
used to like as women getting compliments and like and rejecting. You don't gotta reject. Do you
Right,
want this free
okay,
drink
yeah.
or not?
Right. Right. Thank you.
Your pride is not gonna get like swallowed up if you tell him that he looks nice in a pastel polo.
right.
So you can get this free margarita. Take the margarita.
Take the margarita.
Be grateful.
With no sugar.
I didn't say that. I didn't say all that. Shayla, this was a ball. I had so much fun.
I know. I could just sit here and talk for hours.
Same,
honestly.
but it literally has been an hour and we have to wrap.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Tell everyone where they can find you.
At makeupshayla everywhere. I need to change my name, but they're
Why?
hating. They won't let me. I just want it to be Shayla, but they're all hating. They're like, no.
Who
at
has
makeupshayla.
Shayla?
Huh?
Who has Shayla?
So they're doing this thing where they don't want people to have just names anymore. Yeah, they're hating.
They
like I
are.
said. At makeupshayla everywhere. I have a brand, an activewear brand, season 10.
Yes, season
Yes,
10. Oh my God.
At SZN10 Fitness everywhere.
It's bomb, y'all. You have to
Yeah.
try it.
Yay.
I work out on my set all the time.
Yay.
I love it.
I need to get you some more.
Give me some more. I want more colors.
Yeah, I know. We're sold out.
But good.
It's good. It's good and bad. But that's something we could talk about later. It's good and bad.
Oh,
But
but we're going back to good
yeah,
very soon.
but it's good.
Yes.
We have a new launch coming up soon. But so season 10 at makeupshayla, you'll see me out there.
She's everywhere. I mean, just get on TikTok, do two
Yeah, I'm over
scrolls, and the style is styling, and you give me so many. I bought so much shit because of you.
Really?
Yes, girl.
Oh my God. I
My
love
girlfriend
that.
coat is my favorite coat, and it's because I saw you in it.
No
Yes.
way. Wait, which coat?
The girlfriend coat.
The long one.
The
yeah,
long
yeah.
one.
I don't
I'm
even think that's
obsessed.
available anymore. I love that coat.
I got it as soon as I saw you
I know. I was
post
like
it.
the girlfriend coat. Yeah, yeah.
It was so
the
good.
black one.
So good.
I know, and it has structure.
I'm
I
obsessed.
Love that.
Love you. Love your
Yay.
style. Everything
Thank
you're
you.
doing. So proud of you.
Oh, thanks.
Thank
This was
you.
so fun.
Yes,
Maybe I'll come back, honey.
Please do. The people want advice. I can't do this by myself.
Right. Yeah, you need some help, huh?
Yeah, I do. But more than you know. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.